Hey man, we having what we having coming for y'all, man. We having what we having coming for y'all, man. Shit. The Money and Me dropping the album same day. You know what I'm saying? We having what we having coming for y'all, man.
Okay. Get a little side view.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, dear Damari! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Damari! Happy birthday to you! Come on!
Red 6. Do the red light, 12, catch me gunning, we'll pull over till I'm kid up at no bedtime, ain't gon' catch the ride with me today.
With my baby.
Hey, come on,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in.
It's up round this motherfucker, man. They done gave a real they lives back. They done gave a real they lives back. We back. We back, P. They kicked me off of TikTok live. And then they goddamn. Alright. I'm with this though. I'm with this. Pop tried to put me in private school because I wasn't act right. But I failed the test on purpose because it wasn't nothing like that in South Lake. Yeah, why I'm letting this go? My brother trying to grab me in the like. That show he ain't scared of nothing for his brothers. He risks his own life. You hear me? Told my mama close her eyes because ain't pretty, man. This shit get ugly. You hear me? I'm gonna let y'all hear the beat. The second track on the album. And just know I'm cooking. E.O.
The energy in Magic City was already electric, but nobody expected it to turn into this. What started as just another wild night in one of Atlanta's most legendary spots quickly spiraled into a moment that has the internet talking nonstop. Witnesses say King Harris, the outspoken son of rap icon T.I., found himself face to face with none other than 50 Cent. And things got tense. According to those inside the club, the vibe shifted when King allegedly stepped up and delivered a bold message. "You better sit down." The phrase alone was enough to send shockwaves through the room. Was it a warning? A challenge? Or just a young voice trying to prove something in front of a heavyweight like 50 Cent? Phones came out, whispers spread, and suddenly everyone was watching closely. 50 Cent, known for never backing down and always having the last word, reportedly stayed cool, but the silence only made the moment feel even heavier. Meanwhile, King Harris looked unfazed, standing firm as if he had something to prove. Now fans are divided. Some are praising King for his confidence, while others are questioning if he went too far stepping to a veteran like 50 Cent. One thing's for sure, what really happened that night might be deeper than anyone expected. And the story is far from over. The night at Magic City didn't start off as anything unusual. In fact, it was shaping up to be exactly what people expect when they step into one of the most iconic nightlife spots in the country. Loud music, flashing lights, big personalities, and an atmosphere where anything can happen. Celebrities, influencers, and industry insiders filled the room, each trying to outshine the next. But what nobody knew at the time was that this night would quickly turn into a headline-making moment involving King Harris and 50 Cent. King Harris, the son of Atlanta legend T.I., has been making a name for himself lately, not just because of his famous father, but because of his bold personality and willingness to speak his mind. Whether it's on social media or in public, King has shown that he's not afraid of confrontation. And that confidence has made him both admired and criticized. Walking into Magic City that night, King reportedly had a presence about him that people couldn't ignore. He wasn't just another celebrity kid in the building. He carried himself like someone who had something to prove. On the other side of the room was 50 Cent, a veteran in every sense of the word, known for his sharp tongue, business empire, and history of public feuds. 50 has built a reputation as someone you don't easily approach, let alone challenge. When he steps into a place like Magic City, he doesn't just blend in, he becomes the moment. People watch him, study him, and often try to stay on his good side. So naturally, having both King Harris and 50 Cent in the same space was already enough to spark curiosity among those in attendance. As the night went on, the energy in the club only intensified. Music blasted through the speakers, bottles were being brought out, and conversations grew louder. But somewhere in the middle of all that chaos, attention began to shift. Word started spreading that King Harris had noticed 50 Cent tanned, not in a passive way. According to witnesses, King seemed locked in, watching closely, almost as if he had something on his mind. At first, people brushed it off. After all, it's not unusual for younger figures in the industry to observe veterans. But this didn't feel like admiration. It felt different. There was a tension building, subtle at first, but noticeable enough that those nearby started paying closer attention. It wasn't long before whispers started circulating. Was King really about to approach 50 Cent? Moments later, those whispers turned into reality. King Harris reportedly made his move, stepping toward 50 Cent with a level of confidence that caught everyone off guard. The crowd didn't immediately react. It was more like a collective pause, as if the entire room was holding its breath to see what would happen next. People pulled out their phones, trying to capture whatever might unfold. In a place like Magic City, moments like this can go from private to viral in seconds. Then came the moment that would define the night. According to multiple accounts, King Harris delivered a line that instantly cut through the noise. "You better sit down." It wasn't shouted, but it didn't need to be. The tone, the timing, and the context made it land heavier than anyone expected. For a split second, everything seemed to freeze. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. 50 Cent didn't immediately respond. And if you know anything about him, that's unusual. This is someone who has built an entire career off responding, whether it's through music, social media, or direct confrontation. So the silence, it spoke volumes. Some say he simply looked at King, unbothered, almost amused. Others claim he chose not to escalate the situation, recognizing that the environment wasn't the right place for it. But regardless of what exactly happened in that moment, the impact was undeniable. The crowd started buzzing almost instantly. Some people were shocked that King Harris would even say something like that to someone like 50 Cent. Others were impressed, seeing it as a bold move from a young figure trying to establish his own identity. Conversations broke out all over the club, with people picking sides, analyzing every detail, and speculating about what might happen next. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. King Harris isn't just anybody. He's the son of T.I., a man who has long been respected in the hip-hop world, not only for his music, but for his influence and leadership. That connection adds another layer to this situation. Some people began to wonder, did King feel like he had something to defend? Was this about respect? Or was it simply about proving that he's not to be overlooked? At the same time, 50 Cent's reputation loomed large over the entire situation. This is someone who has gone head-to-head with some of the biggest names in the industry and come out stronger each time. He's not known for letting things slide, especially when it comes to public moments that could impact his image. So the fact that he didn't immediately react had people thinking even more deeply about what might come next. Was he playing the long game? Was he choosing his moment carefully? Or did he simply not see King Harris as someone worth responding to in that setting? As the night continued, the tension didn't fully disappear, just shifted. People kept their eyes on both King and 50, waiting for any sign of what might happen next. Every movement, every glance, every interaction was being analyzed in real time. And even though there wasn't an immediate escalation, the atmosphere had already changed. What started as a regular night at Magic City had now turned into something much bigger, a moment that would likely spill out of the club and onto social media, blogs, and conversations across the internet, because in today's world, moments like this don't stay contained. They grow, they evolve, and sometimes they turn into full-blown stories that nobody saw coming. And if there's one thing people in that room could agree on, it's this. Whatever happened between King Harris and 50 Cent that night, it wasn't the end of it. It was just the beginning. After the initial shock of King Harris telling 50 Cent to beat us, sit down, the energy in Magic City shifted. Conversations that were once casual turned into whispers, with everyone speculating on what exactly had happened and what might happen next. Social media began lighting up almost instantly, with clips of the interactions circulating online and fans analyzing every detail, frame by frame. Some fans praised King Harris for his courage. Others criticized him for stepping to an industry heavyweight like 50 Cent. And the debate raged on with no clear consensus. King, however, appeared unfazed. Sources inside the club say he moved with a calm, measured confidence, almost as if he had anticipated the attention his words would spark. His posture was deliberate, his eyes fixed, and his demeanor suggested he wasn't there to start a fight, but to make a statement. For King, this wasn't just a casual interaction, it was an opportunity to assert his presence and demonstrate that he could hold his own in a room filled with powerful figures. Meanwhile, 50 Cent remained equally composed. Those close to him reported that while he was aware of King Harris, he chose not to escalate the situation immediately. This decision was classic 50 Cent, always calculating, always aware of optics, and always keeping one step ahead. Some fans speculated that 50Cents.com reaction was a sign of respect, while others interpreted it as a subtle power move. He didn't need to respond because his mere presence carried authority. As the night progressed, the interaction between the two drew even more attention. VIP tables nearby leaned in, cameras clicked, and onlookers whispered eagerly. Everyone wanted to see if 50 Cent would fire back or if King Harris would continue his bold stance. In today's culture, moments like this don't just remain private, they explode into viral content in minutes. Videos of King Harris delivering his now famous line circulated across TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, with fans debating whether this was a playful jab, a serious challenge, or something entirely in between. Industry insiders who witnessed the event later shared insights about King Harris's approach. Unlike many young celebrities who rely solely on social media to make statements, King appeared to understand the power of presence in real life. His decision to confront 50 Cent in person, in front of a live audience, demonstrated a mix of audacity and strategic thinking. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's reaction, or lack thereof, added layers to the narrative. Known for his history of feuds and confrontations, 50 Cent has never been someone who avoids tension. However, by choosing not to immediately retaliate, he controlled the narrative without uttering a word. Fans speculated endlessly. Was he acknowledging King's boldness? Was he considering a response later, perhaps through social media or music? Or was he deliberately letting the moment breathe, knowing that silence can be more powerful than words in certain situations? Back on the floor, the atmosphere was electric. Other celebrities and VIP guests were drawn into the situation, whether intentionally or not. Some were trying to gauge alliances. Others were capturing every moment on their phones. And a few were discreetly moving closer to see what might unfold. It wasn't just about King and 50 Cent. It was about the ripple effect of their encounter and how it would influence conversations both inside and outside the club as the night wore on. Rumors began swirling about what led to King Harris confronting 50 Cent in the first place. Some insiders suggested that there had been tension leading up to the club event, possibly related to past comments or interactions on social media. Others claimed it was purely spontaneous, fueled by the charged energy of Magic City and King's natural boldness. Regardless of the origin, it was clear that King's words had made an impact enough to dominate conversations online and dominate the attention of those present. Interestingly, the interaction also sparked commentary from fans of both sides. Supporters of King Harris praised his courage and maturity, framing the moment as a young man making his mark in a world where he's often seen only as T.I.'s son. On the other hand, some 50 Cent fans saw King's words as presumptuous, arguing that a veteran with decades of experience in the industry didn't need to be checked by someone so young. The clash of perspectives fueled debates on social media, with hashtags and comment threads exploding in real time beyond the social media frenzy. This night also revealed something about the shifting dynamics in hip-hop culture. Young talents like King Harris are no longer content with being in the shadows of their famous parents or older industry figures. They are asserting their identity, sometimes through audacious gestures and confrontations, as a way to carve out their space in a competitive environment. Meanwhile, established figures like 50 Cent continue to command respect, not just through their words, but through their presence and the careful management of their image. The interaction between King and 50 Cent perfectly captured this generational tension and the delicate balance between respect, ambition, and bravado. By the end of the night, the incident had become the talk of the town. Videos, memes, and discussion threads circulated online, each adding new layers to the story. Interviews with clubgoers highlighted the intense energy and the palpable tension in the room, while commentary from hip-hop analysts attempted to contextualize the encounter in the broader narrative of celebrity dynamics, influence, and reputation. And yet, despite the viral attention, one thing remained clear. Neither King Harris nor 50 Cent had fully revealed their next move. Fans speculated endlessly about whether this would lead to a direct response, a follow-up interaction, or even a future collaboration framed around this newfound Restrictor tension. In the world of hip-hop, moments like these rarely fade, they echo, resurface, and sometimes explode in unexpected ways, shaping careers and public perception. For King Harris, the night was a defining moment. It wasn't just about confronting a famous rapper, it was about establishing himself as someone who is confident, bold and unafraid to step into the spotlight on his own terms. And for 50 Cent, it was a reminder that influence is as much about restraint and strategy as it is about action. The interaction, while brief, revealed a complex dance between experience and ambition, youth and legacy, audacity and authority. By the time the club started winding down, the buzz hadn't faded. People continued replaying videos, discussing the subtleties of body language, tone, and timing, and speculating on what this could mean for future encounters. One thing was certain: Magic City that night had witnessed something memorable. A collision of personalities that would not be easily forgotten, and a story that would continue to unfold both online and in real life. In the end, the encounter was more than a headline or a viral clip. It was a microcosm of the ongoing evolution of hip-hop culture. The rise of bold, young figures like King Harris and the calculated dominance of veterans like 50 Cent reflect a constantly shifting landscape, where respect, reputation, and influence are negotiated in real time, often under the public eye. Magic City was just the backdrop, but the story, full of tension, courage, and spectacle, was unmistakably one for the history books. As the night at Magic City came to a close, the tension between King Harris and 50 Cent had not fully dissipated, even if the public moment had paused. Inside the club, everyone who had witnessed the interaction was replaying it in their minds and on their phones. Clips were already circulating across social media, with captions like "King Harris checks 50 Cent" and "Magic City Showdown." Fans debated endlessly, dissecting every glance, every movement, and every word. For King, the encounter had been a calculated risk. He had stepped into a room dominated by one of hip-hop's most influential figures and spoken boldly, sending a clear message that he wasn't just a celebrity kid. He was someone with his own voice and authority. Sources close to King say he left the club feeling confident, aware that he had created a moment that would define his presence in the culture. The energy he carried was a mix of youthful audacity and emerging influence, a combination that few can resist noticing. 50 Cent, on the other hand, maintained his signature calm. Insiders reported that he assessed the situation quietly.